Hello friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel Java Classified. In this video, I will explain and give the examples, real-time examples in React, how to use the components and props. Basically, components are used to reuse the features of the UI, and props are used to passing the data from parent to the child, like as a variables, as a object, as a methods, and so on. We can pass these type of data from parent to child using props. And components are also two types. One is class type component and function type component. Class type component are rarely used. Right, currently in the market industry, functional functional components are used, like method components are used. So let's, for examples, let's go to our our systems, and we we are going to open CMD and going to our working directory, where I have already created some projects as previous video I have shown you. You can watch my previous video for node setup and reactjs setup, and I also provided JSX information. You can watch my previous video. So right now I am in C drive, going to our project directory by using cd command, cd react projects. So now I am in our project directory. So let's go to create our new projects for component and props example. So I am going to use npx create react app. These are the commands which we need to use to create our new React projects. npx create react app and our project's name. So I'm going to give the project's name as a compo component props, entering it. Now it will take some times to creating the project, so let's wait until the project has not been created. Now you can see projects are created. So I'm going to our newly created projects by using cd command. So I'm typing cd component props. Now I'm inside our the projects. So let's go to our VS Code. In VS Code, project directory already opened. You can see the newly created projects also appear in the VS Code. In the VS Code, you can see some predefined project structure which is provided by the React. Node modules contain all the dependencies which is contains in the package.json file. You can see in the package.json file all the dependencies available in the dependencies section, like React DOM, React script, like that. Based on our requirement, we can also add the dependencies as well. Package log.json will be created when all the dependencies has been downloaded in this directory. Now src folder, in the src folder all our react.js code available. You can also create your our custom project structure or folder in the src folder. So here you can see index.js file is the main main file. This is executed when we are running the application. app.js file is the component function component that is provided by the React.js by default. So let's go to our CMD and run this command. By running these projects, we need to use npm start command. This command will first compile all the React React code and then it will run the application. So right now it is starting the development server. Once the development server has been started, then it will open this open the URL in the IE or Chrome browser. You can see our projects are running right now, which is appear in the screen. That is the default UI of the React projects, which is provided by the React. So let's go to our VS Code. You can see this is the app component. So I'm going to create a new component, new function component. In this component, we will pass some data as a props. So I'm going to create a function. I'm going to create a JS file, JS file like child.js. Now in the child.js, we are going to define function child. In the function.child, we are going to, I'm just copying some data from app.js file. Restaurant, yeah. Now we have copied this all the data and we are going to pass this data in the this component in the app.js file. So let's go to add one text. So s1, I'm closing this type and typing this is a child component. Now we need to also export default our component, our component information. So I'm going to pass as a child importing this component in our app.js file. So by importing this component, we need to use import and pass the any name which you want and use the from at the child.js. Child.js. Now let's pass this one in our app.js component. So I'm going to remove existing one, adding in this section as a child. Now closing this type. Let's see what happened here. Did you mean request to resolve the comma? Okay, that is fine. I think that is not taking this one. So I'm going to add current directory. Now you can see it is appear in here. Now let's go to again. Now it is compiled successfully. We can also see in the web browser UI. This is a child component. This is the static information which is provided in the child component. So I'm going to pass the data from parent to the child. In this here, in this projects, app.js is a parent and child.js file is a child component. So I'm going to pass here as a name equal to name equal to this is child. This data is this data is for child is for child. Now I'm going to use this data in this section. So I'm going to pass curly braces as a props. Now going to use these props and and rendering the data which is provided from the parent. So now adding as a name. Now let's go to our console. It is compiled successfully. Now let's go to our data. Here it is not find the name. So I'm going to our projects. Here we can see this one because I have passed the wrong data, so that's why it is giving like that. Now we need to see this one. It is compiled successfully. Here it is not appear anything. Why? Let's go to our child component, and I think we need to pass as a props. Why it is not coming in here? Now let's see again in here. I think it will work. Not working. Why? Okay, so I think we have missed something. Prop. Now let's see. Reading the can't read the property of name. So these data are not coming from the child. So let's here pass the name as well and use that name in here. For checking purpose, we are doing this. Here now it is coming, but if we are using props, then it is not coming. So I'm going to use again in here as a props. Now using this, removing the curly braces and using as a props dot name. Let's see in the screen. Yeah, that is also appear because previously it is not appear because I have added the props, added the curly braces. So if you are adding as a curly braces, then this variable is treated as a react react variable. So we need to use that variable in the rendering component h1 tags or any other tags. So in this video I have shown you in this video I have shown you how to create the function component and how to pass the data from child to parent using props as well as variables. If you are passing the data as a variable, then we need to pass this variable information in the child component, and if you are passing as an object, then you need to remove the curly braces and define the props. In the props, all the data are coming from the parent to the child. And by using props and our variables name or objects name, we can retrieve the data from parent to the child. In upcoming video, I will explain the events related things in the React.js. If you are like my video, you can subscribe my channel for the further update. Then you can get the more information in React, Spring Boot as well as on other technology. Thank you for watching my video. Let's meet another video. Thank you.